This business was not only a revelation to me, but it was a shock. Funny enough, we have all seen private ambulances, but I think me and my black mentality told me that this is only good for white folks and it's just for maybe government officials. But I didn't know, or little did I knew, that actually this business is also doable. Look, it's also doable even by you. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know. Now, we are going to look into this story where, you know, guys, these people, they are running their own ambulance just here in Soweto, Meadowlands. And we want to study their story, use it as a case study for our own success. But wow, we must say congratulations to these people, right? Before we dive into this story, guys, there's only one favor that I'm asking from you, and that is you subscribe, like the video, and you comment in the comment section below, because doing that, guys, it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. There was an article that came out on Times Life. Times Life is a newspaper, so they published this article where they are talking about a certain business in Soweto. It's an ambulance business, yeah. So they were interviewing the actual owners of the business and how they started, the challenges they are facing. Is it a good or bad business? I thought when I saw it, I was like, wow, I think this is what you deserve to hear. You know, me here, I'm for people that are pursuing success. And this, I think it forms part and parcel of the to-do list if you are still thinking of finding a business idea that is viable. This is viable. Although every business opportunities comes with many risks, but this business here is viable. So let's dive into this one. And there was an article that was released by Kgaugelo Moswaneng. Hey, Kgaugelo, please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. When Nomcebo Mahasha's father, Gabriel, responded to a gap and invested his passion and fund to establish an emergency service, an ambulance 10 years ago, he did not anticipate slow returns. His children had to make major sacrifices to keep the business afloat, including not furthering their studies due to financial constraints. Now, the Aya to Indaba emergency service is in Meadowlands, Soweto, is now one of the business in a Kasi economic competition by a beverage brand Amstel Lager, which aims to grow its potential through the mentorship. Now, you see, I'm just giving you the background of what this business is all about. It's now under a mentorship by Amstel, right? So it was started 10 years ago. Look at the sacrifices that they've got to make. Some not furthering their studies, but today they are in a better position. Speaking of them being in a better position, they then conducted an interview with the Times Life. In that interview, this is what they say. It has been very difficult. It has been very challenging from the get-go. We didn't get the support from the community in Pretoria, Glen, and Piri. A government emergency vehicle could take time to come. Sometimes patients take the advantage of the service or make prank calls instead of emergency calls out. Some feel entitled and don't want to pay. Even though some don't want to pay, we can't leave patients unattended. As a business, we saw a need and spoke to our parent, and we invested in the idea. But I wouldn't say it has brought the return in the investment yet, says Unomcebo, the child of this founder, the founder of the business, right? So, guys, I wanna. Like, to be quite honest, not even in my wildest imagination have I thought of this as something that is I won't say it's prohibited, something that's profitable as an idea. I never thought of it. But funny enough, I've seen private clinics in Ekasi. I've seen all of these things, but I've never actually taken into consideration to say, wait a minute. If there is a clinic, surely there must be ambulances that works with a clinic. I never thought of it, but now that it comes to my mind, I'm like, wow, this is actually a business. I don't know. I mean, I'm just amazed by this idea. Because remember, business is when a person is solving a problem. Regardless of how urgent that problem is, business is there to solve human problems. And humans then have to pay for the service. So you see that ambulance is actually a business, a big business, that most of us, we don't actually think or sit down and think through. I love this article for this one. Let's continue with this interview. Then she says, our employee care comes in from 6 to 5 p.m. Then another shift is from 5 until 5. For cash calls, we charge 650, and medical aid and ref get billed based on the call. Casual and interns normally work 6 hours. There are young people who are training and studying in the medical field. Wow. 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 I'm impressed. You know, like, to be quite honest, let's say then I have a wife who's about to give birth. To be quite honest, this private service will make sense to me because I know I'm going to make that call. They come and take her, pick her up, take her to the place where I want. Even this private clinic, if they open 24 hours, you know what, I make this call. Look at this. I make this call. They come and fetch my wife, take her to this private clinic that is not expensive as the other established private hospitals, you know. So private ambulance and a private clinic, if they charge me reasonable, honestly speaking, if I had a wife, well, fortunately I don't have children. So if I had those things, I would definitely consider them because I know the service that they will receive there will be better. You know, unlike this local public service that we get, it's a mediocre. To see the point, but then you're looking at the price. You're like, the price is reasonable. If they're gonna come here and fetch her 1,000 rand, this 1,000 rand, guys, if you don't have a car, for instance, you can spend hiring somebody to take your wife to a certain hospital. But then you pay an ambulance. At least in that ambulance, they can even stabilize her. So, guys, come on, it just makes a lot of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, let's continue. And then they said, oh, look, the writer or the author of the article says her 60-year-old father from a small town called Mahunda in Venda is yet to enjoy the fruit of his passion, says Unomce. But she says this was a very risky business, and so far they operated with one ambulance that was costly to operate on a weekly basis. She says, because of COVID-19, we had to scale down to 5 employees, and before we had about 8 permanent employees. We are busy on a daily basis, and because of the social economics factor in the township, our clients is mostly made out of pregnant women and young women. We are also looking into partnering with taverns, and the township has a lot of emergencies cases in place in places that services alcohol. That's another good strategy right there. Wow. I'm impressed, guys. I'm impressed. This business keeps, like, the ideas in this business, it keeps just expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding. I'm so impressed about this, you know. That's why I said, let me bring this to you. I don't know, maybe I might ignite the beast in you. You might want to do something about it. I don't know, but talk to me, guys. Yo, what an interesting one. Let's continue. She says blood pressure and sugar level will check, and we also first aid training for ECD schools, local business. So yeah, we are looking for a differentiated and innovative business that we have the potential to do well in the long term. Wow, I'm impressed. Government ambulance services either are scarce or respond after hours waiting, and people in emergency often revert to using public transport. They provide a medical service ideal for community event, festival, sport event, and all the stuff. One of their biggest need was to market themselves better within their township Soweto, to increase their customer awareness and level of wow. Like this business, it is not limited, guys. If you have any type of an event, these are the people you need in your event. Like, come on, guys. If you have a soccer event, you need them. A school event, you need them. Society event where you're gonna be hosting a lot of people, you need them. Wherever you gather people, if it's a church thing where you're gonna be gathering a lot of people, masses of people, you need them on standby. So we can actually strike an agreement that, guys, I'm gonna make a call. If I need your service, something happened, you know where to find me. I'm gonna make that call, because I've got a lot of people, so they will come here and do the service. They'll stabilize my people, take them into even if they are taking them into the public hospital, no problem, no train smash. But at least if I'm creating an event where I'm going to be having a masses, at least I know that, should anything happen, there's this fluidity of service, stabilizing the situation. So if you're looking at their services, it goes into everything. There's no way where this service can't go. These people prefer to give them their props. The writer of the article give her props just to identify such people and write about them, bring them into our attention. Give her props as well. I'm impressed about this type of a business. I don't know about you. You might be impressed. Tell me in the comment section below. What's your take about this? Mina Nanso Bonana in the next video. But until that next video, go people, please take care.